There we go. Loosely mocked up. Trying to figure out the turbo. Now remember I said that I didn't really want to change turbos because, you know, rocket, everything else. But, of course, me being me, problem! This kit was designed around an S475 that I have. Thought, you know, I could do some stuff and put my 7783 on here. It'll work. A lot more fabrication. Won't be able to pull the water pump off on the side of the road when it goes out. So I didn't like that idea. And I was like, you know what, hey, 475 on there. And I was like, don't want to do that. And the reason behind that is I want to keep this very similar to how it was in the Rickety Rocket. That's what this personal goal of mine is to get this thing to go 9s with that combo. I knew it had it in it. Unfortunately, I was silly and I cut the cage out of that car. Can't do it in that car. Currently. It'll come back. It'll go past 9s, but that's later. Just don't fast forward to that episode. Watch this one first. So what I've got to now is figure out the turbo situation here. I have my Borg S475 cast wheel, bought off Turbo Dave's for like $400 a jillion years ago. The 7783 that actually came off the Rocket that I could make work if I decide to change a bunch of stuff that's already been done over there. Next train of thought. Oh wait, I have a 7875 from On 3 Performance that's just been rebuilt. So let's see maybe if that guy will fit there, because I feel that that's probably the closest turbo I have that was in the Rocket. So the other one was a 7783, and that's a 7875. All those numbers are smaller, so it's got to be closer. But will the On 3 Performance that I've never seen actually move under its own power the black car to a 999999999? I don't know. About to find out though. That's what we decided to go with, the little On 3 7875 that I had laying around from some random project. But it fits, it does everything I want it to do. And the main problem, guys, was doing drag and drives as much as I do. I want to be able to get to the water pump, get it off without moving everything. The other two turbos we had, the Borg S475 and the VS Racing 7783, they actually stuck pretty far over and got right into the way. So I'd have to remove the turbo, pull all that stuff down to get that out, just change the water pump. Granted, your chances of changing a water pump on drag and drive, you know, kind of high, sort of high, maybe high, not high. Somebody's high, Colorado, I don't know. I didn't want to take that chance. So went ahead and went for the small guy. So this turbo is actually smaller than what was on the Rocket. So that means I'm going to push this thing even harder to get my 9. It's fine. It's okay. But in the meantime, I have been working on the wastegate stubs, trying to take a piece of, you know, just this little standard tube, make a few cuts, some grinding, some whatnot, turn it into one of these. So wastegate on this end, pipe this end, excess goes elsewhere. So I think I can bring you in here and show you. I've kind of got that marked. This guy is going to end up sitting right there, wastegate where my hand is here that I'm wiggling, and then it'll be aimed down underneath the car. Then kind of the same thing on this side. It'll be somewhere in this general area doing about the same thing down there. Now once that's done, the turbo kit is done, I can unbolt all this stuff and generally just double check everything. The motor is bolted in. We finished the little transmission spacer earlier, but that wasn't really a super cool high point for this project. It's just a spacer and a bolt, real simple. But I can get all that done. I can get the gaskets for the exhaust, getting that stuff on, whatever else. This is like the last major thing I have to do. Everything else is just whipping parts on it. So I'm gonna get to cutting and grinding, get these fit, and then weld it on. Voila! Turbo kit off. Slightly haphazardly marked for wastegate there, and the same over there. With this sweet turbo kit that I made here, it's just 2 1/4 pipe. I think I ordered these from Speedway. Came as a couple bins, a couple nice booger welds. It'll work. It's got a lot better flow characteristics than the Rocket kit, but you know, I built that kit in real late, like 2016, early 2017. Learned a little bit, so got a little bit better turbo kit this time. I don't have, like, you can see the bend on this side real nice. On the Rocket, it makes like a weird hard angle, but it worked. I mean, it went 10.07, so hopefully this better kit maybe will be the difference that helps us. I don't know. We went smaller turbo. Find out. Got our wastegate little stubby all ground down, cleaned up, set in place. Got some sweet Amazon magnets that the dude got me for Christmas. Thanks, dude. These things work out really well. I mean, you know, it's not the 10 you wanted, but it's the solid 7 that you ended up taking home. So we're just gonna go with it. Got the good old Hobart back here, and I'm just gonna hot glue that guy together. And once that's done, I'll probably put a small brace on it, you know, so it doesn't fall off. You know, because I had that happen. Race week 2018. Lost the wastegate, just. Yeah, that was fun. Either way. Well, there you go. Kind of see it. Yeah, and I got a little bit of a gap there, but that's okay. That's fine. That's why I MIG everything. I can just fill it in. See some of the other nice booger welds I did. Got our wastegate pipes on our crossover for our hot side here. So you got a little guy here, little guy here. Obviously I don't have the little V-band section for the wastegate because I want to set it back in the car, look it over, and see how much room I actually have. So I'm going to go ahead and set it back up in there, double check everything, make sure I've got clearance left, right, up, down, select start, ABBA, and then figure out where I actually want them. Now with this turbo kit that I've got here, I'm using one of the LS3 Camaro little shorty eBay headers. And I went ahead and V-banded these a while back when I was first building this. So, you know, that obviously goes over there and etc. But, so I mean, this basic turbo kit is something that anybody can do in their garage with a MIG welder. It's very basic, very boogery welded, but it'll make power. I mean, the flow characteristics of it should be fine. It's a lot better than what was on the Rocket, but not outside the realm of what was on the Rocket. It's still mild steel, MIG welded, scrap, basically. So, you know, a couple V-bands, a couple little cheap wastegate stubs, and you can make a turbo kit. Don't overcomplicate it, you know? I mean, yeah, nice stuff's cool, but I don't, that's not me. I like this kind of stuff. So this is the stuff I'm still going with. So buy you some cheap eBay, Amazon, somebody headers, or use stock ones even. Stock ones work really well. That was what was on the Rocket, and I just got these really cheap. So we used them. And then a couple bins. These are actually from Speedway because they had a U and a J and a Q and something else that came together. So I bought 2 of those and made one of these, and then I've got some more down there. You don't really have to go too crazy to build a turbo kit to have fun. Fun first and foremost. If you want to go faster, well, spend some more time, learn TIG weld, buy some stainless. I maybe eventually will do that. I don't know. Honestly, I would really like to take one of my Haggard little turbo kits, send it to somebody and see if they can jig it, and then do a nice actual setup, stainless, TIG welded, you know, real nice, and just compare it. That might be a fun thing to do on a weekend. If I ever get the money and the desire to do it. I don't know. Maybe one day. So we're using some stock style MLS gaskets that the dude's holding. These are some no names that I forgot where I got them. They do have GM part number on them. So hopefully they'll work. Probably take those guys, hit them with some copper spray, and then put them on, make sure they're good and sealed so our whole turbo system is nice and tight. We don't have any leaks. So let him unpackage those. Got some of that like exhaust paint, barbecue grill paint, whatever you call it. Painted that guy black. Turned out pretty nice. Got our little 7875 on 3 on here. You know, I made this for the V-band for my S475. Got one of the Summit adapters. Got that guy on. The intake is now torqued down. I'm messing with the fuel line. I had made these before and they're just not going back how they were. I'll be checking with that. Got the Simeon's Deca 80s out of the Rocket in here. We started making a turbo brace go from the flange to the head. The dude's over there kind of finishing up the project here. He's doing the precision filing work. And all that really was just like a brace. I'm guessing it came off the Neighbor Hater RV. Held something, I don't know, it might have been for the AC compressor. I don't really know. Yeah. But so we just reprocessed the furniture on that one. Got another piece of scrap, which actually that piece of scrap had been on pretty much every single one of my cars that I've owned and raced. So it's kind of cool to make something else out of that piece. It was actually an old like wrench from like a tool rental place. This piece right here, you can kind of see. We hacked that guy back up and gave it new life on Bledsoe Rental. Yeah, Bledsoe Rentals. Shout out, guys. So that's where we're currently at. I got a mess of stuff everywhere. We're looking pretty good though. Everything turned out real nice. You can see the wastegates all finished and positioned pretty nice, so it should be pretty easy to run the lines up to the frame rails and then back, you know, wherever I need to put them. Yeah, I just gotta figure out that stupid fuel line. I don't remember exactly how I had it routed. It's because apparently I didn't take any pictures of it after it was done. Or video it. I gotta get better at this stuff. On our 7875 here, I got a hold of Motion Raceworks and picked up a couple of their goodies. I've got their real nice drain that's got the gasket in the back, so I don't have to use a bunch of RTV or whatever to hold it down. And then the feed plate up top, the side deal, so that'll be a nice clean addition instead of some Ace Hardware brass hanging off there. Those are pretty cool. You guys doing turbo stuff, check this stuff out. Motion Raceworks, holler at Doug. Tell him Red Hat sent you. These guys in here, you can check out some of the progress. There's a bunch of stuff off camera. We're just busy being it back and forth. Got belt on here with our goat built alternator bracket. Obviously the turbo kit stuff was done. Went and got the motion stuff put on. I do need to build a new line. I don't like how it sits up in there. That's fine. Got part of the Holly harness in here. Just got it kind of draped across the back, trying to figure out where everything's at. Got the throttle body switched over, throttle bracket, and then the fuel lines are kind of haphazardly laid out where roughly we think they're gonna go. So we're making decent progress. Just, it's all the small stuff that adds up. Not too bad. It's working on some power cable equipment just a second ago. Got some probably overkill for the alternator starter. Then the one thing I do on my cars, just because it's all I actually know, factory Ford solenoid. Run the power, so I've got all the power for my power windows and all the other nonsense that came up here, the little startery deal there. But I run a wire from here to the alternator to starter, and then I've got one, instead of powering that side, I'll power this side so I can kill the alternator with the battery cutoff switch. And that wire is actually ran, but it is ran on the wrong side. And that's from previous variant of this car. So I'm gonna climb under there, undo that thing, and slip it over to that side so I can come up, and hopefully it's long enough and I don't have to build another wire. But if I do, I do. It's part of the hot rod thing. Yeah, so it looks like we got the front end on it. It's just sitting on there. We got our good buddy Jared down here helping us do some of the cold side and some of the downpipe tonight. Thanks, Jared. Appreciate it, brother. So we're just trying to go through line and mapping everything out. I mean, this stuff's just haphazardly sitting in place, but it's coming together. Looking pretty good. Added a little tensioner action here. You know, a little idler going. That's steam ported. That's still on the list. Yeah, so looking pretty good. We're still, I think, like 8, 9, 10 days away. I don't know what is today, dude.
Today would be Friday, whatever the hell that day is. 20th, maybe, no, 19th.
19th? Yeah.
19th.
We don't know. We've been down here since 10 something this morning, and it's now 11 at night.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's about 10:37 or something.
Yeah, close enough. Then on the interior side, you know, I did a bunch of this stuff without filming just because I know you don't want to stare at my backside the whole time. But we've got the shifter mounted. Once again, the console is just kind of sitting in there. We got the dude's dash. Once again, just sitting in there. Column is kind of loose. It's just sitting in there. A bunch of the Holly wiring over in the corner. It's mostly done. It's just kind of sitting in there. And then the whole fuel pump situation. I can get in here. Now the pumps are all mounted. Got my twin 255s, filter obviously. So yeah, we are still pushing along to make the coder race on the quest for 9s. We're looking decent. Still got a ton of work to do moving forward. Jared wants me to turn the deal off so he can finish cutting. Ain't that right, J-Rod?
Yeah.
Give her the jelly.
what am I explaining here?
Where we're at? What's going on here? What do we got? What do we got here, dude?
All right, well, we had trouble with this belt, so we spaced this little pulley out here just about, somewhere 1/8 of an inch, maybe a little less. We're having trouble with the fuel system. We're running a wire here off the back of the alternator for main power. And then he did some relay work inside the car there. And we're gonna see what happens here pretty quick.
Yeah, by relay work, I have no idea what's going on. The green holly wire that triggers the fuel pump doesn't work anymore, so we just put it on a switch, and then that kind of fought us, so we're just testing right now, but I think we're gonna fire it. Hopefully. We'll let's see. Let my dash come on. All right, fuel pump. Not working. All right, well, let me go back to the drawing board. Once again, I don't understand it. Doesn't make sense. So I gotta go climb over there in the corner and figure something out. Okay. Problem solved. Just had a loose wire. So, kill switch on. Yep, somebody knows us. Turn the dash back on. Okay, fuel pump. Pumping. Ready, dude? On part of the tune. Running. Say hi, Crack.
Hi, Crack.
What are we doing right now, Crack?
We're getting ready to go to Thunder Valley Raceway for the weekend.
For King of the Open Road?
That's right, King of the Open Road.
What time is it, Crack?
I know it's about 6:20 p.m.
How long does it take to get there?
About 6 hours.
So we are awesomely behind schedule. I haven't filmed a damn thing because I've been too busy doing everything on the black car. My all-time favorite car. I've had this car tomorrow, Saturday the 27th of May, 21 years. And so I have wrecked myself, beat myself, lost sleep, just so I could get this thing down there and so I can drive it on the Gotcha 21 year. But I got the alignment done, got the rear gear swap, got some sweet Cobra R's on here. Huge thank you to Greg and Dave Height Automotive in Grand Valley. Greg went above and beyond to do that gear swap this morning. Super cool. Thank you, Greg. Owe you big time, buddy. Got rid of the 390 gear, got a 331 out back with the Turbo 400. So hopefully we can motor down the track, motor down the road, and hopefully just motor. I'm about motored out, honestly. All right, as you can tell by the bright light on my gray beard here, it is 10:05 on Friday night. We are supposed to be at Thunder Valley Raceway Park in Oklahoma City between 6:30 and 7:30 in the morning. And it is about a 5-hour drive or so. 6-hour drive?
6 hours.
About 6 hours, depending on how many potty breaks, you know. I got the dude here. He's holding down the reins on the old pickup truck. My mom, Crack, is behind us in her Nissan. We're gonna go down here, do some cruising, do some racing. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna sit here and probably fall asleep.
What's up, dude? Not your pants, yo.
Hey.